Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Uh, Welcome back to another episode of Just Trying to Figure It Out podcast. And we're about to get into the topic that we almost delved into on Sunday. And that is love. Love, respect, and eating together, having meals together and um, eating together, sitting down at a table together to have meals, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. That is a part of love. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the effects of what the 90s music did to our women and what exceptions that they took upon the things that we did by hypersexualization. Um, we're going to get all into it. We're going to talk about how men right now are not held to the same standard as they used to be. We're going to talk about the nourishment of the body and the food that we're putting in our body and the people that prepare our food. How much do they care about what they're putting in our food? Respect and love. Respect and love is patient, it's kind, it keeps no record of wrong. It's also realistic. Love is patient, keeps no record of wrong, but it also is realistic. And in saying that, realistically, in today's society right now, a lot of people are having children and or in relationships that they're unhappy in and or displacent from. Things have faded, things are not the same. The food is not the same. Y'all don't eat the same. Um, we are in a state of not knowing what love is anymore, not knowing what true nourishment is, true leadership. We are in a state now where we don't know or can identify what those things are. In the early 90s, they started video vixens and they started raps that turned our women into objects and sexual visions and adventures. Then our women start to embrace the hypersexuality of the 90s music. They start to embrace it. So now you see in today's society, most relationships are financially based. Even if you had children with her, even if you end up having children with her, your relationship started on financial base. Love is hard to grow from that. It's very difficult for you to ask a relationship or two people to actually have genuine love for one another when the relationship has been financially based. Even when the relationship is based on finances and or resources, the person that is providing the resources has no other way to recoup what they're investing into the relationship. So we're going to talk about ex-workers, because a lot of ex-workers are now baby mothers. A lot of women that base their careers on financial gain for their body and or time are your baby mothers. These are our children's mothers here. These are people that have children and have the mindset to say, I'm going to go state to state, man to man, to find financial capital. Nobody wants to talk about it. If you think about it, I live in the DMV area. I like y'all to like, subscribe, tell your friends, whatever to do. Please get on to the platforms that I'm on. I will be dropping it. But I stay in the DMV area, and 90, I want to say at least 50, I'm going to give bare minimum 50% of DMV relationships and baby mothers, if that woman is somewhat attractive, she comes from a strip club or some type of financial job for time. If your child's mother, most likely more than 50% of women that are baby mothers in the DMV and probably across the world are based from financial gain from time. Most children's mothers are baby mothers because they were selling time. So we're going to get into it because nobody else wants to talk about it. Who can expect anything to blossom successfully if your relationship has been built on financial base? How can your relationship be successful if you do not sit at the table together to eat dinner, lunch, or breakfast? How can any relationship blossom if you don't know each other's habits? How can you blossom if you do not know where each other's day has come from? If you sit in front of someone and eat dinner every night for 10 years plus, it's impossible for you to lie to them successfully. It's impossible. People know your habits. People know your characteristics when you tell the truth and when you don't. Also, eating together is a part of nourishing each other, because you don't just nourish each other through the food that you digest. You nourish each other through the experiences you share together. Good morning. Like and subscribe. Thank y'all for coming out. This is an episode about love and sitting at the table and eating together. Like I said, this channel is about mental health. It's about men's mental health and or just mental health, period. But I focus on men's mental health that are away from their children, that have issues with knowing how to lead. Leadership is something that has to be raised. Being a leader, you have to be raised to be a leader, just as well you have to be raised to be a wife. Another thing we want to get into is how the tradition is not thought of love the proper way. When you get married, your father walks that woman down the aisle. The reason why you walk your daughter and your father also pays for the wedding. Your father, in most traditionally, in a wedding, your father pays for everything. The daughter's father pays for everything. And he also walks his daughter down the aisle. The reason why he walks his daughter down the aisle, because not saying a woman has no sense of direction, but it makes more sense for a woman to be led by a man that she trusts to the next man. It makes more sense. It makes more sense for you as a woman to take someone, a brother, a father, someone you trust and know what leadership is, to guide you to the man you want to be with. That should be common sense. Common sense also should tell you anything from financial gain. I'm going to say this. I'm going to go back to most women. I'm not just women. I apologize. Most relationships are financially based. And anybody that thinks that any relationships that financially based is going to be successful is insane. It's insane. When you think of something that you buy, something that you possess, something that you own, when it doesn't act the way you want it to act, or it doesn't perform the way you want it to perform, you abuse it. Think of it. A video game. If it glitches, as it does this, you break it. You get a new one. You throw the controller up against the wall. If the refrigerator or the stove is not working, you hit it upside the side of it and try to make it bang it on a little bit to make it see if it works. You abuse it. Anything that you buy, anything that you enjoy, you abuse it. Just think about it. You enjoy lobster and seafood. If you had the opportunity, you would eat it every day almost until you abused it. So if you think that you're going to have a relationship that is financially based and it's going to be successful, you're insane. If you think that you're going to sit and not eat together and not learn each other and nourish each other and pour back into each other, this is at the table, at the dinner table, at the breakfast table is when you pour back into each other. So when women don't understand, or men don't understand about pouring back to one another, that's where it starts. It starts with feeding each other, nourishing each other with foods that are not just nourishment for your body and healthy for your body, but for your mind. It is a book that Elijah Muhammad wrote. It is called How to Eat to Live. And one of the things that they said that is common sense, does this make sense? Let me ask you this. Does this make sense? You should eat towards your blood type. Hold up. Time out. What? You should eat towards your blood type. That's what they're saying. Elijah Muhammad has a book that says How to Eat to Live. And it says you should eat towards your blood type. How your blood type is the way you should nourish your body. Our women, or the person that, not just women, but the person that cooks the food and nourishes the body should know that. Should study all the ways how to make things better. That's how grandma knew that baking soda fixed a lot of things. That's how grandma knew that if you ate certain vegetables or put certain things on certain places, it would heal rashes and cure diseases and get phlegm out. This is why grandma knew those things, because they knew how to nourish the body and to pour back into the family. We have to learn how to pour back into the family by sitting at the table together. It's not hard. And we have to build relationships not on financial based. It cannot be financial based. Meeting a woman in a dance club, meeting a woman in a club, period, asking for some type of currency for time, it's not going to work. Because eventually you're going to like the guy or you're going to like the girl, and y'all going to eventually be together, have a child. And what are you going to say? What are you going to say when the child asks you, how did you meet? This goes to more than 50% of DMV people right now, and they won't admit it. They won't say it. We won't talk about it. But most relationships in the DMV right now are financially based or was founded on financial base. Either the guy had nowhere to stay and you would. And there's another thing I want to bring up. I see a lot of people that look like they don't belong together. And I look at it and I say, your relationship, the picture of your relationship is thrown off. The way y'all look, the way y'all look together is thrown off. And I figured it out. I said, that guy needs her. That guy needs her. He needs the car. He needs the house. He needs something. That's why he's with her. Then I look at the other side. I say, what the? Then I look. I say, Amiri, Gucci. Then I see the Porsche outside. Then I say, that's why she's with him. Because it's thrown off. It throws me off. It throws me off. Just like when I see these rappers and athletes deal with these average women or a little bit above average women, and then when they get in a relationship with them and they get tired of them and utilize the money that they used and get around the guys and the people that they brush shoulders with, that they can get other financial gains from, they destroy the guy. There's another thing. Why in relationships, when people leave, I haven't seen a clean breakup in over 20 years. I haven't seen a clean breakup in over 20 years. And most guys that have a good relationship, as far as co-parenting with their child's mother, is because the man has a sister or a mother that is still in his life. The reason why men that you see having good co-parenting with their child's mother is because the man's mother is still alive, and or he has a sister that is not playing. But we're going to get back into it. We're going to get into how financial gains and financial based relationships are expected to thrive. How is that? How is that you think that you asking or gaining some type of resources or money is going to thrive into a prosperous relationship? And I want to say this, a lot of men that are with their families at this moment, if they're not uberly successful or overly financially capable, not counting those guys, we're talking about the average Joes that are with their families. A lot of those guys are beta men. They are beta men trying to hold on to be around their children and hold the vision of a family. They're not happy. They wouldn't accept certain things, but they have to because there's no other choice. Because if they do try to speak on some of the things they do not agree with, they will be out of the home. They will be out of the home. So if that is what we're looking at as a dynamic family right now, it is a problem. It is a real problem. If that's what we're looking at as a dynamic family, someone like Dwayne Wade, someone like Steph Curry, someone like Russell Wilson, someone like Will Smith. These are the relationships of African American people they want to poster as the ideal relationship, where they are nothing but beta accepting men. We don't sit at the table. We don't pull back into each other. We do not walk our daughters down the aisle to produce someone productive for her to be with. Another thing, how can you think that you being the happiest person in this partnership going to help us be successful? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself this. If someone gave you everything you wanted, this goes for men and women. If someone gave you everything you wanted and needed, what appreciation or acknowledgement would you show or give back to that person that gave you everything you asked for? I don't want everything I ever wanted from someone, and especially not just from directly one person, because I don't think I have enough to repay you. I don't feel worthy of everything I want. I don't think I deserve it. And if you think that you deserve everything you ever wanted from someone, you are very arrogant. You are very arrogant. You're selfish, self-centered, narcissistic. You are those things. Because if you get everything you wanted from someone, what do you say and what do you do to pour back into that person to say that I deserve that? I don't want everything I wanted. I'm not worthy of it. I haven't deserved it yet. I don't deserve it yet. And I don't think I'm capable of paying you back for it. So let's experience giving each other everything we wanted together. Let's do this together. Let's experience walking through those experiences and doors and see if we can walk back out feeling the same. One thing I started to love about relationships now is seeing how we come up out of a situation. The more we come up out of a situation or overcome an obstacle, the more I'm going to pour into the relationship. In my age, I'm 43 years old, and I understand now, if we can endure and come through and conquer some things, I can pour more into the relationship. Because that means, I'm not saying arguing and things of that nature. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about I've gotten sick and I'm off of work for a month or so, and you're able to hold down the fort without degrading yourself. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, we know she's made a mistake and slept with someone. And we find a way to work it out because we want to better the family. And I mean, seriously work it out and get it back together, even though that is a very, very, very serious offense. But we have to work it out. We're talking enduring those type of things. We're not talking about those little arguments. I seen some number in your phone. We're talking about real experiences, people passing, people making sexual mistakes. These type of things we need to be knowing we can overcome. Financial hardship. We need to know we can overcome that. We need to know if we can have fun and enjoy each other for free. That's why I say building relationships financially based is destined to fail. Most relationships in the DMV, like I said, I live in the District of Columbia. If you like, please subscribe, share, get the algorithms going, and let's push it. But if your relationship is financially based and you think that it's going to thrive, you're insane. I live in the District of Columbia, the DMV. Most, I will say, 50% of relationships and baby mama situations have came from strip clubs or women that like to get paid for their time. Simple as that. And that might be across the country. Financial relationships are on an all-time high. No one wants to talk about it. Love holds no record of wrong. Love is realistic. Love is patient. Sitting at the table together is pouring back to and into each other, is nourishing each other. You cannot lie or be disingenuous at the table with a person that you eat dinner with or meals with every day. The person that cooks and prepares your meals knows what's going into your body. What goes into your body helps you think, thrive, and prosper. So if those things are being done and not being or not being done, how can any relationship prosper? If your relationship is based on financial and or living situations, how can you ever thrive? How would you ever thrive? Like I said, studying how to properly orchestrate a wedding or do certain things. If you know proper etiquette on certain things, you will know how to orchestrate life. Your father, if a man has a daughter, he has to walk his daughter down the aisle. If you have a daughter, you have to pay for the whole wedding that your daughter is going to have. If you do not know this, that is the tradition in America. I don't know if it's just across the world, but most traditions, if you believe in Christianity, most traditions, men pay for their daughter's wedding. And also, they walk their daughter down the aisle. The reason why that you walk your daughter down the aisle is because a woman needs a man that she trusts and or respects to lead her to the man she wants to be with. This is love. That is what love is. And we're in a state right now where most relationships are financially based. When you look at most relationships, you will see that it throws you off. You'll say, dang, why is it throwing me off with this relationship? Then you see, oh, he's driving a car. Oh, that's her place. Okay, I understand that. I understand. Or you say, why is she? And then you see the Porsche. You see the big wad pulling out. He's giving it to her. Now you see why. You see why now they're together. But those relationship throws us off. It's a lot of people that don't belong together. It's a lot of people that's having children together that don't need to have children together. But this is what we're going through. And this is what we need to talk about. And it's getting to the point where women that are asking to be paid for their time are being ignored. People with real money, I mean, people that's earning their money and working and putting forth effort for their money, they're not messing with y'all, man. It's over with. It's over with. Back page, list crawler. Can I have this? Can I hold that? What you gonna do for me? That's over with. For people that have real money, unless he really wants to have some fun and he's out of town and he just, want to blow some steam off. But even in that is not fun anymore. But that's over with. It's over with. Being in a financial ship, that's what we're going to call that now. A financial ship. That's what it is. It's a financial ship. Most women want financial ships. They don't want relationships. They don't want baby fathers. They want money fathers and financial ships. They need money fathers and financial ships to thrive in the world. That's what I'm starting to see. And the people that hurt the most and the people that are going to suffer in all this, and then when the smoke and the dust clears, the kids are left with a father that wanted to have a good time and a mother that wanted some money. That's crazy. Just think about this. Realistic, because love is realistic. Love is patient. Love holds no record of wrong. But how did we start? Because before we got in love, that was recorded. That was a record. We keeping that record. How we started, yes, because we're not in love. People are going to say, oh, love keeps no record of wrong. No, we're not in love yet. We're starting off together. We're just starting. And we started off with me giving you some cash for a little bit of you know what. So where are we and what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? But thank you, man. This is an episode just to run it. I'm still working on my studio. We still have one more of these. I'm going to give this. This is going to King. One of these are going to King, and we're going to give him one. But this is still up for grabs. So y'all can get this. It's a great stocking stuffer. It's a stainless steel cup. And it has a stainless steel straws, 2 stainless steel straws, a cup. It holds hot and cold, and this thing really keeps it hot and cold. This is a very good cup. I like it. Also, we're sponsored by Lives of Imprisoned Families Matter. I don't know if y'all can see this, but hopefully y'all can see it. But Lives of Imprisoned Families Matter. is the sponsor. That is a nonprofit organization based out of Washington, D.C. And what we do is we try to reconnect families back together that have people that are incarcerated. That is our goal. But this is who we're sponsored by. Lives of Imprisoned Families Matter. I hope you can see it.